people like us with a lot of microtubules, for example, are having, say, 10 million conscious moments per second of high complexity and high intensity, whereas a paramecium or an amoeba might be just having 2 or 3 per minute, something very slow. Or even a plant might have 1 or 2 per minute. To them, it's real, it's a feeling, but it's not as content-laden, and it's not as intense. And there's kind of gaps in between. So I think all creatures may have some degree of consciousness. All creatures with microtubules, which is pretty much all creatures, but just at a much slower, less intense, less experiential nature. But that would explain their behavior, why simple organisms go for food or plants follow the sun. It's to enrich, get more energy, but also because some way it feels good, I think. And I think feelings and proto-conscious feelings are at the heart of all this.
Wow. Why does a plant follow this? I mean, we could answer it on one level. It wants to survive, but why does a plant reach for the sun and follow it across the sky and pose up at night?
Yeah, that's a good question. And actually, there's a workshop at our conference by Bruce McIver from Stanford and Rajneesh Khanna, who's in a private firm in the Bay Area dealing with plants, and they're studying plants. And Bruce is an anesthetic mechanism researcher, and they're exactly looking at that kind of stuff of the mechanism of phototropism, where the sunflower follows the sun, or the Venus flytrap grabs the fly. And believe it or not, they're finding, or at least they're testing the question whether it's the microtubules that are mediating this behavior, including the following the sun and other behaviors. So they're trying to you can anesthetize these plants in general, so they don't follow the sun, they don't respond to the fly, and so they're trying to figure out if that's mediated by microtubules, which are becoming a valid candidate for the mechanism of anesthesia in our brains as well as animals and plants.